Hi, so welcome to day 2 of the challenge. And today I'm having a seriously bad day, one where I can um, barely hold on. And I know that many of you have experienced those days in chronic illness where you don't even think you're going to make it through the day. You are basically just doing your best to survive. So challenging yourself, feels like an absolute nightmare. But I promise you that you can challenge yourself. And if you're having one of those days, do an easier challenge. If I go to give you a challenge that's just too much for you on that day, then skip to the next day and then come back to it the day after that. But do your best to do them, to do any of them, and to keep going, because even when all we can do is hold on and we really can't do anything except for survive that day, I get it, but we don't want our whole world to turn small and for patterns to develop in our brain as well. So we do need to try. So today, here's your challenge. I'm probably going to give you 2 a day, 1 or 2, and you can do both or 1 or whatever you feel like doing that day. But it is important that you break out of your comfort zone and go for it. Um, and I think over time it will have an effect. So your challenge for today is to call a haircutting place to get your hair cut. Now, many of you are saying, what? How is this going to help me with chronic illness? Well, if you are like me, you've walled yourself off from society. You don't like talking about your symptoms. You've let yourself go. You're afraid to go into the hairdressers for chemical exposure. You don't want to get your hair dyed. You're afraid of chemicals. You've probably canceled a bunch of hair appointments because you're having a bad day and you can't go get it cut. You have other things to think about, so you're not even worried about your physical appearance. Okay, so those are all great, but that's not what a healthy person would do. A healthy person would take pride in getting a nice haircut or getting their hair done or feeling good about themselves. And so we want to be creating habits that healthy people have, not sick people have. So, although this is not top of your list or is not going to be healing you, it widens your life. It makes your life bigger. It reminds you about what it's like to be healthy and pushing yourself back into that direction. So today I would like you to research and look up a spa or a haircutting place maybe that you've never been to. Something natural and organic. If you live in a big city, there are plenty of those. Aveda spas are also in very, very small towns, and they're all plant-derived products, and they don't have harsh chemical smells. Set up an appointment to get your hair dyed and cut. Now, I know dye is kind of a controversial topic, and you don't have to get it set right on your roots. You can kind of not go right to the root, or and you can do it with an organic, non-chemical, or an Aveda spa product for your hair, or just go in and get it cut, right? Just the cut. And I want you to make the appointment for 10 days from now. So anywhere between 7 and 12 days when you call, preferably 10, and just go ahead and make the appointment, and we'll just see what happens when that day comes up. So that is your first challenge today. If you're a guy and you cut your hair at home, or if you cut your hair at home, or if there's some reason I still want you to go to the spa, it's exposure to people, talking to people, feeling good about yourself, being able to get out, doing something that a normal person would do. The other thing is you can look maybe 2 weeks into the future or 3 weeks into the future if you feel like that is too soon, and write an email to a friend, or if you feel that's too risky at this point, maybe even just your husband, your mom, your father, your child, somebody close to you, but set a date for you to go out and just have a quick tea or coffee date and go out with them with an herbal tea and do something normal and sit and have a 1-hour tea, coffee, conversation outing with somebody that you trust and love, and book that for either 1, 2, or 3 weeks out from today. So these are sort of getting ready to get ready things. We're not actually doing them today. We are just researching them. We're calling the person. We are researching the spa. We're making the appointments. We're sending the email. And we're putting ourselves in a position where we're making the dates and we're doing things that healthy people would do, that normal people would do, that people who aren't worried about sensitivities and chemical sensitivities and bad days and, and probably you used to do these things too. And so I want you to try that. It's your challenge for today, so that our world doesn't close in on us. Particularly when we're having a really bad day and we can't go out and do anything, we can plan. We can still look things up. We can make appointments for the future, and we can book things. So why don't you go ahead and do that today, and good luck.